But I'll tell you who is happy. People
Yeah.
who like magic movies, because that Now You See Me. Did you see it?
No, I don't. I've never seen any of the films.
Oh, you haven't seen any of them?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I missed it. Lionsgate is interesting because you gotta write to Lionsgate with enough time to get to the screenings, and they don't have like the press list. So I'm like, I forgot. By the time I did, they were very nice. They're like, oh, we already had our screenings. Here's that they give code to go see it in the theater. I'm like, I don't go to the movies on the weekends. I just don't do it. So I'll save it, but didn't matter whether I saw it or not. People did see it, and it did pretty damn good. So we're gonna look at, like we always do. We always cover the box office here on Monday. The third Now You See Me tops the global box office. Let's go. So, who's in that? Oh, is that who's that on the left?
That is Ariana Greenblatt.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Magician heist thriller Now You See Me, Now You Don't topped the global box office this weekend, pulling in 21.4 domestically and 54.2 million internationally for 75.5 million opening weekend haul. China, which has the most skewed Hollywood films these days, has a surprise success with the film, with the movie debuting to 21.7. Running Man also debuted in nearly 60 markets, but stumbled out of the gate. Film just taking 17 million domestically, 11.2 overseas, making its global 28.2 million. Predator Badlands fell to third domestically in the second week, title pulling in a further 13. Steep drop, though, of 68%. Internationally pulled an additional 16.1, drop of 54. Domestically, at 66.3 million is the best of the series to date. Its global total of 136.3 million is the third best, behind only the 160 million haul of The Predator and 177 million haul of Alien vs. Predator. Regretting You and Black Phone 2 rounded out the top five domestically with a 4 million and 2.7. Newcomer Keeper bombed on release in seventh place with 2.5, to which I say, what is Keeper?
It's the Osgood Perkins horror film.
Oh, right. That's when people said it looked really, really solid. I did not. Okay. Didn't it come in on streaming also?
No, not yet.
Oh, it didn't. Okay. Nuremberg held well, dropping just 33 for sixth place in the second week with 2.6 million. Die My Love saw a steep drop, with the numbers for Christy second weeks weren't even reported. Ouch. Finally, Paul Thomas Anderson, one battle after another, crossed the 200 million worldwide mark this weekend. Thanks for a further 1.4 million overseas. Okay. So I'm just going to throw up the box office. Where is it? Mojo. And let's see again. So how much, John, can you look at how much did Now You See Me, Now You Don't? How much did that cost to make?
I think it was only 120, but let me see.
All right. So it's got a shot to, 75, and people are, I don't know why people are surprised. This franchise just has typically done pretty well.
Yeah, that's what it cost 90 million to make this movie.
So it's gonna, right. 90 million. It's already made 75. It'll make its money back for sure. And it was a smart move. Now, this is the movie that we were talking about, and we'll dive deeper into it. Now, this movie, how much did this movie cost?
150 something. Hold on, let me see. Or 120. Let me see.
120. And so, just in comparison, Now You See Me made 75 or whatever the hell it did worldwide. This movie's only made 28.
110.
It has cost 120. This is going to be a disappointment and potentially a big failure.
I don't know why you give Edgar Wright $110 million in 2025.
What's strange though is that's not that big of a budget for that kind of movie. The question is, there's a lot of questions, and we'll get into it for sure. Yeah. Predator Badlands 136 probably ended its running about 150.
Yeah, I'm disappointed by that. I thought it would have stronger legs. Again, I think the mistake was dropping this in the fall. If they dropped this in the summer, it would have made money hand over fist.
Depending on, maybe it just depends on what it was going up against. I think Regretting You is a big story though. 82 million.
Yeah, I think it was made for 25.
Yeah,
or last week.
It's a silent hit. Black Phone 2 so far has made overall 127, which is again pretty damn good. But you have to bring up these charts here for the Running Man. We said Nuremberg again.
Yeah,
pretty solid.
Did you
like it.
I loved it.
Me too. I really liked it a lot.
I thought it was going to be cheesy. Rami Malek and Russell Crowe out hamming each other. Yeah. It was not bad at all.
No, and I think Rami was a little over the top at times. I thought Russell Crowe should be nominated.
Russell was great. So was Michael Shannon, I thought. So.
Yes, Michael Shannon was really good too. Keeper aided Sarah's Oil. Where is Christy? Christy's not even. Holy crap! Where the? It wasn't even reported.
No, they didn't report.
That's crazy. Too bad. I really thought that the movie to me was solid. I thought she was phenomenal too. And I'll tell you, I don't want to politics and things too.
Here we go.
Does anybody seem more scorned and like, ew, why did you tweet that than Ruby Rose? That was horrible. Nutrafol was a game changer, man. I remember when back in the day when we first heard about them, Brett and I were like, all right, let's try it. Man, oh man, love Nutrafol. It's been so beneficial to me, confidence building. And I will tell you right now, you will love it too. What is Nutrafol? Well, Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's trusted by over 1.5 million people. So you can feel great about what you're putting into your body, since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. Adding Nutrafol into your daily routine, it's simple. You purchase it online. There is no prescription required. It's automated deliveries and free shipping. It'll keep you on track. Plus, with the Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20%, and you'll have access to free one-on-one doctor consults to support you on your hair growth journey, and a Headspace meditation membership. It's included. So if you want to see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months, use Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and a free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com. You got to enter that promo code Christian. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com. You spell that Nutrafol.com. Use the promo code Christian. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Christian.
I disagree.
Oh my God, dude. It was even Christy Martin's like, no, she's an ally of mine, and she's actually and Christy Martin stood up. Ruby Rose to me seems the most, every time she tweets about something, whether it was her times on the show that she had, and she had problems there, and everyone else would say she was the problem. Right. She's always, everyone, from what I've heard, people that I've never worked with her, said she was the issue, and it seems every single time. And she's not a good actress. She's not a good actress.
No, I know she's not a good actress.
Terrible.
She's
terrible.
And I agree with you. There's usually Ruby's way out in whatever, but you need people like that to kind of shake things up sometimes.
Right.
But like, I think where she has a little credibility is because we can't verify this. But she said when she saw the original script, the storyline was much more focused on Christy Martin's homosexuality and her gayness, and that was a big part of her story. And if you watch the documentary,
it's big in the movie, though.
It's not as big as it could have been. And in my opinion, I think that was one of the criticisms I had about the movie, is they only kind of lipstick touched on her lesbian stuff, and I think they should have explored that much more. There was much more material, and she's claiming that there was more of that, and that maybe she's implying that Sydney came in with her people and tried to kind of tone that down and make it more of a domestic violence survivor type of story. And look, you got to get the film made. She's the one that's going to, supposedly you thought people were going to get.
But dude, the domestic violence literally happens,
of course,
because she's gay.
Well, yes, of course. But her fighting, her coming to terms with that and battling with it, and having those things that none of that was really explored as strongly as it could have been. So by the time when it happens, you're like, oh, this is great, but it should have been much more inspiring for her to kind of embrace who she really is. And they didn't explore that enough initially. You see her with a girl in the beginning, her teenager.
Yeah, but even the whole thing that they do with Katie O'Brien. I mean,
but that's all the way at the end, right? That's almost all the way at the end. And so there's much more that could. And her mom is being set up as someone who hates her gayness. That's Merritt Weaver, is a great actress. There's much more that could have been done between the two of them. So listen, I get people's issues with Ruby, totally respect that, but none of us saw the original script, and so Ruby may have a.
I'll just tell you, I think we both agree that she wouldn't have made the movie better.
Yeah, I agree. Well, she wouldn't have been the star. I mean, she was going to play one of the girlfrients, but I agree.
Saying, though, made the movie, no matter whatever she would have played, she's just not good.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, you'll get an argument from me.
But I haven't seen the script, so I don't know in general. I just felt like it was unwarranted at that point.
I mean, calling her a cretin, I think, was wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
You don't win anybody over.
So you agreeing with me? That was what I said. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not saying she shouldn't have spoke. That who the fuck am I to say that? Of course she should. If you would have said, look, I read the original script. I think that they from what they did, they made changes that I don't think were good. I think they took away from the essence of who she really was, and I would have liked to see more. I didn't like that. I don't like. For me, it wasn't for me. But I respect that.
Yeah.
But calling names just because you're clearly politics again. You represent this. You think she represents this. So you're taking your shot here. That's all that was, and that to me seemed yucky.
I don't disagree with you.
That's what I'm saying.
And you have a gay actress in the film, and Katie O'Brien,
right?
And I think but Katie hasn't said anything, right? And if you watch Katie in the interviews, she looks a little like kind of so. I think there is a feeling that the storyline wasn't
maybe
elevated,
but again, it's all about how you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the approach. That's it. We're on the same page.
Yeah, we're on
100%.
page on that.
100%. Okay. So as far as box office goes and the rest of it, man, like we discussed this, you and I, like The Running Man, right? And you were on your way in as I was leaving.
Yeah.
And you just said, what did you think? And I said, I'm pretty much on the same page of other people. Okay, I'm gonna and you went in and you looked like you were on the same page too.
Yeah.
It just looked it didn't know what it wanted to be. In general, there's some really, I agree with you. There's some fun stuff in there. There's some really good moments, and it's like, oh, they can focus on that. And I can't remember. There was one of the commenters had said it, and I agree. It's like there's two movies in there. There's the Edgar Wright Director for Hire movie that's in there, where it's just like they directed him and they hired him to direct this piece and to do that, and then he did it. And then there was an Edgar Wright movie in there,
right?
And it was combined, and it didn't work. Like the Michael Cera stuff, like you said, I think he's great. He clearly works with him really well.
Yeah.
But that scene, without spoiling too much, with the mother, what movie was that?
Yeah. No,
what movie was that? Like, I was like, what are we doing here? And like, she's running through the hallway. It was ridiculous. Yeah. And then there's other times where you're like, oh, that's deep and it's really working. And I didn't think he had, and I really like who played his wife, because she was in what was she in? She was in, they didn't have any chemistry whatsoever.
No, not at all. Again, and this is for me, the problem with the movie. And I see some people going, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I saw some people online, and it's like, no, we kind of do. You guys are just ignoring stuff because you want to like it. And the thing is, they established that he's got a wife and a kid. We have no time with them together to really establish that relationship, care about that relationship, want to cheer him on fighting for his kid. It's so surface one-dimensional that it's frustrating. And the way they start out the film, he's already in an issue. He's already been fired from 4 jobs. He's already he's already angry about the system. We don't see him progress to that point. They get into The Running Man way too early in the movie. It should have been like 20, 25 minutes in the movie. Then you get into all of that, because it was still a 2-hour movie, 2-hour, 15-minute movie. There's no reason it should have been that long.
It felt long too.
Yeah, it felt long. So you establish the relationships and you explore that more, so that when you get into The Running Man, the stakes are high and you're feeling all of that's going. And his moments of anger, his moments of breaking the rules, his moments of being, flicking things off or being funny as the crowd changes in support of him, you're on board. You're changing in support of him. And there's a much more challenging, interesting, and complex movie that was here. But they didn't
find it. Yeah, no. It was there though, and they were and so I think we're both on the same page with Glenn Powell, right? And it wasn't necessarily even Glenn Powell in this. I think there were a lot of times Edgar Wright asked a lot of these people to overact. Like there's a lot of screaming and yelling at times. There's other times there's some really great moments, but there's a lot of screaming and yelling happening. I'm like, that's so unnecessary at this point. Hasn't built to anything. I think Glenn Powell's really good in the movie. I think he's really good. I still don't know, and I think that we've already seen this. I don't think he's a movie star. There's different. Do I think he's a star? Yes. Do I think movie star as far as the build of like what a movie star is, and like, oh, there's Glenn Powell. He's going to be that, the movie's going to be huge if he's in it. I mean, there's not a lot of people like that in general out there right now, but I don't think he's the guy. I think he's good in the movie. I think they should have waited and kept him doing things like big standout roles like Top Gun Maverick and other things, and let him build a little bit more instead of throwing him out there right now. And it's like people aren't responding to it clearly.
I just think Glenn is just one of those people that there are people who just like who he is, and they will look past some of the limits of his acting.
Yeah.
And I think there are some people like you and I who kind of notice it when he's limited in certain scenes. Like I thought his action sequences, he acted those really well.
Me too. I agree.
I even thought the monologue at the end, that's very reminiscent of the Die Hard monologue with Bruce Willis in the bathroom talking about his wife. I thought that was really well acted by Glenn. But there were other moments throughout the movie where I was like, "Oh, you're overacting. You're hamming it up. You're not." Really,
but I think that was Edgar Wright note. I don't think that was him.
Well, I mean, that's part of it. Like as an actor, you go like, "Oh no, this isn't the right thing. This isn't the right approach." And so I think some of Glenn's limits were exposed in the movie. But overall, I liked him, but I agree with you. I think he's one of these guys that Hollywood tries to make a leading man, but isn't necessarily a leading man. And you could argue
hasn't earned it yet.
Yeah, hasn't earned it. It was Twisters about him, or was it
no,
about
Twisters? No, it was, no. Yeah. I actually think it was more about Daisy Edgar Jones. I think she was the star of that movie. I thought she was the star of that film. I thought he was good in it that role, but he wasn't the reason you went to see it. Right. Someone said it in the comments, and I agree. He got pushed to the main event too quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's the Jey Uso. He's maybe
he should have. I mean, they didn't give him a long enough run with the IC title. Like, let him run with the IC title for a little bit before you give him the WrestleMania main event.
Yeah, so, yeah. I don't know how the Chad Powell. I haven't watched any of the episodes, so I don't know.
I heard it's great. I heard it's really good.
Yeah,
he's never bad. He's never bad.
No, right.
No, but he's, like I said, I think you're running into the Sam Worthington of it all, and the Jai Courtney, all that. You're running into that because it's like
Anna. Yes,
it's like just take your time. We like the guy.
Yeah,
but but clearly, this box office might because that hurts you. That hurts you when you're trying to make this kind of run. Now, if it would have delivered big, then people would have been like, "Hey, look, idiots! We don't agree with you, and the numbers show it." But the numbers right now are not showing it. So
I also think Edgar Wright. There need to be questions about Edgar Wright. Like, I know you guys. Some people look at him like he's a member of their family because of Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, but since Baby Driver, it's not a strong resume. And so we have to start asking questions if maybe Edgar Wright isn't as great as people think he is, or you all think he is, because there are not some good movies on his resume. A lot of bad movies on his resume.
There is, but I also blame who did this one. This was the Uni. Who did this?
What do you mean? Who did the movie?
The studio.
Oh,
Paramount.
I think it was.
Who did this? I don't remember who did it, but I think that the blame should go that way too, because the reason why is that. Look at the movies, and I don't know if you're watching Welcome to Derry.
Yes.
Okay.
I watched the new episode, but yeah.
I watched last night, and I saw it. I actually watched it a couple of days ago. I didn't do a reaction of it. I didn't do a review of it because I've been kind of saving it now. We're watching it with my daughter, who's really into it. She's obsessed with it, right? And I really like the show a lot. I just watched it, Chapter 1, Chapter 2. I like Chapter 2 better the second time I watched it. To be honest with you, it's still a lot. It's not even clearly as good as the first one, but as a whole, it's really good. Then The Long Walk is another one.
Oh, it's good.
That I really like. So the original, do you know the original ending of the book? Which Luke, our producer, just told me this yesterday. Do you know the original ending of the book
of
Running Man? Running Man.
Oh no, Running Man. No, I haven't read it in a long time. Yeah,
he gets control of the plane, and he runs into the building to show, and his family is toast, and to show. He's not you can't control him.
Yeah,
there's no world they were going to do that for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah,
a lot of different reasons why they're not going to do that, but that kind of dark feeling is what maybe changed the ending, but what that movie needed, I think. If you're going to do that, I don't think Edgar Wright's style worked for this movie. I think Edgar Wright should do some more stuff, but anyway, but people enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the logic of not having him do Ant-Man, to be honest with you.
Same, especially now. Well, especially the plan was so different back then.
Yeah,
it was like you could do it in the way that you did Spider-Man when he was hired.
Right,
is that it wasn't supposed to be a big thing. Once the MCU, he said it just wasn't his thing. I love Edgar Wright. I want to say I still think Baby Driver is his best thing. I love
Baby Driver is great.
I love Baby Driver.
Last Night in Soho and now Running Man.
I want to see him do that. I want to see him do more movies like Baby Driver,
smaller stuff.
Yeah, I want to see that kind of. I really like the guy too, so we'll see. But and then finally, Now You See Me. That's very smart business on what they did and how they did it. And you wait another 4 years and do another one, they'll probably make it. So
can't believe THR said they were surprised by that. Both of those films made $300 million plus.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. All right, what do you guys make of the box office? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know.